Alrighty guys, I'm making some serious progress in this hunt. I'm about 6 rolls down now, and I haven't found anything too exciting yet. I got one 1967 bird scent, so that's pretty cool. I'm making sure to separate all the copper pennies as I go along, just throwing them into this little glass jar here. And then I'm just throwing all the steel pennies back into the box for the gentleman that donated them to me. But I'm tuning you guys in here because it looks like we just got our first decent find here, guys. I was hoping it would be a Georgie that we would stumble across first, but it looks like our first decent find is actually going to be a wheat penny. Let's take a look, see what year it is. A 1956P, so not super old, but I don't believe I have found any of these so far in any of my recent penny hunts, so a pretty cool find. I do love the wheat pennies. Super cool design on there. Very iconic. And you don't find them too often here in Canada. They are pretty darn rare. So a good find for the board. I shall throw this up there along with my 1967. And I shall keep going along, tune you guys back in if and when, hopefully, I find some more good stuff. Alright guys, I just opened up roll number 10 and it looks like we got ourselves another wheat penny here. Let's take a look together, see what the date is on this one. A 1953. Now there is no mint mark on this one right here, but very nice. Our second wheat penny of this box. This is a good sign that hopefully it has not been hunted so far. I'm surprised I've not found any George VI, and I haven't even found many 1960s copper Elizabeth pennies yet. I think the oldest one I have found is in 1962, so pretty interesting. But these older wheat pennies, I will take them all day long. I'll throw this on the board with that other bad boy that we found a little bit earlier, and I shall keep going along. Just one roll down, and it looks like we got ourselves a nice old US dime. Let's take a look at the date there. Looks like a 1965 to me. Oh man, that is a bummer. We are off 1 year from silver, but that is all right because we do have ourselves a nice 9-cent profit. When I first saw this, I thought it might be silver too. Man, that is a bummer when you get so close, but what are you going to do? It's all good. I'll throw this up with my other finds. Keep her going. Just a few pennies down in that same roll, and it looks like we got yet another wheatie here, guys. Let's take a look. 1956. Let's try and get a little closer. Looks like a 1956D. So I think that's a 56P and 56D I found so far in this hunt. That's awesome to get both the mint marks. I'm going to look in my book before the end of this hunt, check up and see if any of these are key dates and if any of them have any decent mintages. A lot of the time, these pennies are minted in the hundreds of millions, if not sometimes billions. So it is very hard to find key dates, especially here in Canada, but I will always take these nice old wheat pennies, throw it up with the other two I got up there, and keep going along. All right, I'm about a third of the way through this penny box, and I'm starting to find quite a few more of the early date young heads, 1960 to 1964. I'm just stacking them all up right there. I believe 65 and 62 have some varieties you can check for, but when they're in this kind of condition, they're not really worth all that much money, so I'm not really gunning for those kind of varieties and errors all that much. Now that being said, we did just find our first nice old young head of this hunt. I was starting to get a little worried, wondering if one of these might make an appearance, but it looks like we got a nice 1957 Queen Elizabeth young head penny. So I don't think this is a key date. It is very, very rare that you will find Canadian pennies that will be worth much more than their copper value unless they are in really good condition or unless they are an exceptional key date, for which there are not many. But I really like finding these old Canadian coins. I think it is awesome. I would rather keep them than have them sitting around in some big old copper hoard or something like that. So nice little find to add to the board. Our first oldie Canadian. Let's hope maybe there's some Georgies lying up ahead. All right, I'm just a couple rolls down from that last find, and I'm tuning you guys in here because I think we might actually have a couple good finds. First, I want to show you this 1989. When I took a look at it, it may have just a scratch on it. It's hard to see, but this scratch kind of runs all the way from the stem of the maple leaf all the way across. So I actually threw this under my scope here. I'll see if I can give you guys an idea of what I am talking about. And I wanted to show you guys that right there. Now, I am definitely not an expert in terms of air coins, but if you look at the way that this appears, it looks like it is raised to me. And usually when you're looking for things like die cracks, you want it to be raised. So the way that it runs across the letters there, it doesn't really dig into them. It looks like it's going over top of them. And also the way that it emanates from the bottom of the stem right there, the way that that appears, I'm going to say that this is a die crack. Now, I messaged my expert. I'm hoping that he'll message me back before the end of this hunt so I can confirm if it is or not. But if you guys want to let me know what you think down in the comments, I would definitely appreciate your opinions. But I'm definitely going to hold on to this nonetheless. But the reason I'm actually tuning you guys in here is we actually got our first George VI of this hunt. Now, I already know what the date is. It's in 1942. So we got ourselves a nice World War II Georgie, our first one of this hunt, which is a great sign. We found all sorts of good stuff. Wheat pennies, Georgies, a 57 Elizabeth. This is a great find right here. A good sign of hopefully what is to come. But also, guys, I saw this up ahead as well. This was a little bit bigger and poking out. So I thought I would take a quick look at this as well. Ghana, or Guyana, 1996. Wow, this is a cool coin, guys. Sugar cane, $5. I have no idea how this translates in terms of the exchange rate, but that is a really cool design on there. I have never seen anything like this before. Very cool. Our first foreign find of this hunt. I'm going to throw this up on the board and keep going, guys. Hopefully there's some more goodies lying up ahead. Well, I think I'm about one roll down, and looks like we got our second George VI. A 1952, the last year for the George VI penny. Awesome. So we have a 1942 and a 1952. Let's see if we can fill in some of the dates in between there, but awesome. Our second George VI. Hopefully there's a few more of these. It'd be awesome to find a George V penny. I have found a few in coin rolls that were donated to me and mailed to me by some of my other fellow compatriots in the Canadian coin roll hunting community, but never have I found a George V from wild rolls. So that's a bucket lister that I'm still looking to scratch off my list. I'll take these George VI all day long, though. Hopefully, maybe one day I can find his dad, but until then, I'll keep going and tune you guys in if I find anything else. All right, guys, I'm pretty much at the halfway mark. I finished all of those rolls that were all taped. They were all on this side, and there was some pretty good stuff in there. I don't know if these rolls are going to have anything else in there. I've searched one or two of them so far, and we did find the one Georgie in there. But I'm tuning you guys in here because it looks like we got another foreign coin. Now, when I first saw the tone on there, I got super excited. But let's see. Hong Kong, 1983. I can tell from the obverse that it probably isn't going to be silver because of the year already when I saw it. But 1983, I'm guessing this is probably Cupro nickel, but I have not found one of these so far in any of my hunts. A Hong Kong, 10 cents. That is really cool. And it has Queen Elizabeth, so obviously it must have still been under the rule of the British monarchy at that point. Very cool foreign coin. I think this is the second one I found so far in this hunt, which is awesome. I've done quite a few penny hunts over the last couple weeks, and I haven't really found many foreign coins, and sometimes you can find some really cool ones in the penny boxes. So this is definitely one of those. I'm going to add it up to the board, and let's see what else we can get, guys. Well, just a couple rolls down, it looks like we got our third Georgie. Let's take a look together, flip her over, and see what the date is going to be. 1946, so 1 year post World War II. I think this one is one of the higher mintage years. I actually just took a look in my book a couple of minutes ago. The 1 year that you're going to be looking for in terms of lower grade circulation strikes is 1937, is one of the lower mintage years. Most of the 40s years are extremely high mintage. I believe 46 is minted somewhere around 50 million. So lots of these were made, but still a nice George VI to throw up on the board. Let's keep her going. Looks like we just got our third foreign coin of this hunt. Now I have stumbled across these in my travels. A €2 cent. Very cool. I don't know if I've ever found one of these designs before. What is that date on there? 2005. Very cool. I hope these are made out of copper. At least it looks like it is made out of copper. I'm sure they were at some point, but very cool. Not surprising that these can slip into the Canadian penny rolls. They're very similar size, color. Could be similar in composition as well, but I always like finding these cool foreign coins. This one isn't necessarily old, but it is from about halfway across the globe, so I'll throw this with the other two that I found so far and keep this going along. Just a little bit farther in that same roll, we just found ourselves another nice old young head. This one is 1955, so going back a little farther, I think the other one we found was a 57, so a few more, we might be able to get a nice little date run here, but very cool. I'll throw this up with that 57 young head. It looks like this is the roll that keeps on giving. I believe this is another €2 cent from the design. Yes, €2 cent. But this one is definitely different than the other one that we found. It doesn't have the same design on it. And not just that, but it seems to have some sort of weird, that's not reading, but it's like an indent or like a dimple around the edge. And I've never seen this before in my travels. I actually tried to break it apart to see if it was like a magic coin or something, but €2 cents in the same roll, pretty cool. I will definitely take them. I don't know how they transfer in terms of the exchange rate, but hopefully it's a profit at least. But I'll throw this with the other 2 center and I'll keep her going. Well, just one roll down and it looks like we got ourselves yet another wheat penny. And this one is a 1957. So this is the last year for the wheat penny before they switched to the memorial design is what I believe it's called. I also found a 1959 Memorial Lincoln pennies, so we might be able to get a really nice date run here of wheat pennies if we keep finding them at this rate. But I'll take these 50s Lincoln cents all day long. I think this is the third or fourth one we found so far just in this hunt. So we have quite a few rolls left to go. Let's hope there's some more goodies lying within, but only one way to find out. So let's keep going along. All right, I'm bringing you guys in because, man, did we just get a good roll. I already pulled these out of the roll and didn't even figure tuning you guys in for them because I'm pulling out so many of them now, but we already got a 57 and 58 young head in this roll. And then look what I just found up ahead, a 56, guys. So I think we have a complete date run right now, 56, 57, 58. And I think we also, where is it? Right there, we found that 55 earlier. So we already have a pretty nice date run of young head pennies here. If we can get any of the earlier years before this, it'll just make it a sweet little cherry on top. But it is very rare that you'll find so many of these oldie young heads in the same roll unless it's a collection dump. So pretty awesome. I'll throw this with the other two over there. I'll throw them up on the board and let's see what else we can get. All right, this hunt has slowed down quite a bit. I only have about 10 rolls left to go, and I haven't really found much in the last 10 or so rolls that I've looked through. A lot more modern pennies in there. The first half of the box was almost all copper with just a few 1996 to 2002 pennies in there. Oh, there's some rolls dropping. But I have 10 rolls left to go, and I wasn't holding out much hope, but I did just find another wheat penny here. Let's take a look and see what we got. A 1951D. So I think this is one of the oldest wheat pennies we found so far. Pretty sweet. I don't know if we're going to get any date runs anymore or anything like that. But I'll still take it. I'll throw it with the others. And let's finish this hunt off. I'll tune you guys in if we find anything else. If not, I'll wrap it up. Just one roll down. Looks like we got another Georgie. Let's take a look, flip it over, see what we got together. Come on, 37. 41, of course. 41, 40, and 42 are like the most common years for pennies, and a lot of the George VI years. You're going to find those more than a lot of the early years, especially 38 and 48. Those are the key dates usually, but I'll take it. It'll go along nicely with the 42 we found. Let's finish this hunt off. Guys, I don't even know what to say right now. I am in shock. I can't believe what I just stumbled upon here. I am literally shaking. This this is incredible, my lord. I think we have our first ever Indian head sent in a penny hunt here, guys. Oh my god. I just want you to see how many American pennies I'm finding in these rolls. I've actually found a few that have been entirely American, but they've mostly been memorial pennies. And I did not expect to find this. I thought maybe we'd get lucky and get a George V, but oh my God, I can't believe this. I thought I would flip it over and we could take a look at the date together and see how old this bad boy is going to be. Let's hope for something pre-1800s. 1908. Oh my Lord. This penny is over 100 years old. It is like 112 years old, I think, or 114. Sorry if I'm very bad at math there, and I just can't really do math at this moment. Oh my God, guys. This condition on this too is nice. Very nice. Oh, I'm sorry if you're cringing watching me handle this, but this is a moment that I've been waiting for a long time. I haven't really found too many of the older coins. The George V is the oldest I have found up to this point. This is going to be the oldest coin so far in my career, guys. What an epic, epic hunt. Oh my, I have no words. I almost have no words. I'm almost speechless. God, yes. All right, I'm going to throw this up. I'm going to finish this hunt off. I doubt there's going to be anything else like this lying up ahead. If there is anything else really good, I'll tune you in. But if I find any other young heads or anything else, I'll probably just wrap the hunt up at the end. Oh my, guys. All right, apparently the finds are not over in this hunt. I didn't think that things could get any better than they were already. And then we just found this right here, a 2009 D. This must be pretty rare because I have found a few 2009 pennies in the past, and none of them had this design on the back. It had a different design on the reverse. So this might actually be a pretty good find. I'm going to look it up, and if it is extremely low mintage, I'll let you guys know at the end. But regardless, I'm pretty sure it's a good key date. It's not in the best condition, but maybe a good album filler one day. Man, what a hunt, guys. I cannot believe this. This has got to be one of the best hunts of my coin roll hunting career so far. But let's finish this off. I just wanted to give you guys a quick idea of how many American pennies I am finding as I am going through in some of these rolls. Look at this. What is this, a steel cent? It's just a memorial. That is crazy. It's almost like there's more American pennies than Canadian pennies in some of these rolls. It's no wonder I found so many Wheaties and that epic, epic Indian head. But let's see if I can polish it off with a few more decent little finds here. But, geez, a whole lot of American. Oh, whoa. I almost missed that, guys. I almost missed that. Do you guys see that up ahead right there? No. No. I almost just panned and tuned out right there. Let's get up ahead and look at this. No way. No way. I want to make sure I'm not missing any Wheaties here. No. Oh, man. No. This can't be legit. I'm going to have to send this to my buddy right away. I'm dropping pennies here left and right. I'm going to send a picture of this to my buddy right away and see if this is a clipped planchette, guys. Oh, my God. If this is a clipped planchette, I have almost no words for the kind of hunt that this is right now. I almost missed that, but this could very well just be a vice job or something. I'm definitely not an expert in errors and varieties like this. I almost missed that on the edge check. I don't know if you guys caught that before I did. If you did, extra points for you. But 1980, I'm going to send this to my expert, ask him if we got ourselves a clip planchette. If not, I'm still going to hold on to it anyways as an example for what not to look for. But I'll tune you guys in at the end of the hunt if I can find out any info. Oh my God. Well, guys, this is the last roll right here, and it looks like we got one more George VI to polish this hunt off on a high note. So let's flip her over together and see what we got. Hope for that 37. Oh, and it looks like we got a 47. The 47 has a few varieties, I believe, for the pennies. I think it gravitates around the 7 maybe being a pointed or blunt 7, also having a maple leaf or no maple leaf. So I'm going to look it up in the book, and then I'll throw this under the scope at the end of the hunt, and we shall see which of the different varieties we have. But 1947 is a pretty decent year to find for most of the different denominations. I like it because it holds a good history in Canadian coins. So I'll put this with the other Georgies. I'll finish this roll up, and then we will get to this massive wrap up, because this has been probably the most epic hunt of my coin roll hunting career. We haven't found any silver or anything like that, but with all the errors and amazing stuff we found, we've made quite a bit of profit in this hunt, and there's a lot of good stuff for me to show you guys. So I'm going to finish this up and then wrap this hunt off. Alrighty guys, I've concluded this hunt. Before I start wrapping up all of these epic finds in which I do not have nearly enough room on my board, I would really appreciate if you guys would hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to see more coin collecting and coin roll hunting content just like this. Then what do you say we start showing you some of the amazing goodies we managed to score today? So these are all of the 1960s young heads I managed to keep. You can see that we scored a lot more 1964s than the rest. They seem to be the most common year. We got 2 piles of about 10 of those, and the rest we have just a couple of each. We found about 3 or 4 1967 bird cents. They are looking pretty darn beat up as well. Sometimes you'll find them in decent shape, but not today, I guess. And we found that one U.S. Roosevelt dime, 1965, 1 year off from silver, unfortunately. But that's all right because it's a 9-cent profit, so we will take it. We did find one 1996 British penny. I didn't tune you guys in for that one. We found ourselves one 1996, what is this, Guyana. I think this is $5 is the denomination. We got the Hong Kong 10 cents, 1981. Not too sure the composition on there, but it looks a little interesting, a little yellowy compared to some of the other metals we're used to seeing. And then look at this, guys. We got 3 2-euro coins. We got one 2002, one 2004, and one, I think this is what, 2008 right there. So 3 in total. You can see all the different designs on there. I didn't realize that they had so many different designs for all of the euro coins, but that is definitely pretty cool. And then check out this date run we got of Canadian pennies, 1955, 56, 57, 58. And then look at the date run we got of George VI. We got a 52, a 47 maple leaf. I am going to check that under the scope before we sign out here today and see which variation we have. A 46, a 42, and a 41. So man, we really cleaned up on the George VI's today, and we also got some nice young heads as well. We got 3 57s and 2 56s. They're just sitting there in the piles. So a nice little date run of young heads. We also got quite a few very nice wheat pennies, and we also got this 2009 American penny. Now I did look it up in the book, and it turns out there are 3 different designs for 2009, and they are all minted somewhere around 300 million. So I don't know if they consider that to be a key date, but I guess these are a little harder to find than some of the other years and dates. So I guess it is a good one to hold on to. But we also got quite the run of wheat pennies here. The oldest one we got is, sorry, I guess the newest one we got is a 1959. So this is actually a memorial penny, but I'll still hold on to that. And then after that, we got a 1957 plain date. We got a 1956 P, a 1956 D, a 1953 plain date, and a 1951. What is the date on this? Because I can't really see. A 1951 D. This one's almost a woody. It has almost that grainy woody tone going on to it. But I would have been happy with all of this stuff, guys. But then we found this right here. We got ourselves an Indian head cent in this hunt. And of all the hunts to get it, it is in this super epic hunt where I find all these air coins and wheat pennies and George VI's. But that is all good. You know, you can't really complain when these epic coins drop into your lap. It would have been nice to spread these finds out a little bit, but I'm glad I can finally scratch this one off of the bucket list. I don't think I'm ever going to find a Flying Eagle cent in circulation. So, I mean, this is pretty much it for for hunting pennies for me. I can find George V Canadian pennies, maybe Maybe one day I'll find a cool foreign coin, but there's not too much else to really look for in terms of the old stuff. If you're ever going to find an eagle cent, it's probably going to be in the US, but these Indian head cents are super cool. They're very historic, very iconic, and I definitely appreciate having it in my collection. And then I just wanted to show you guys this before I fire up the scope. We got ourselves a 1980 clipped planchette. Now it could be in better shape, but it also could be in worse shape. It still has a little bit of luster left on there. Now I did actually send this picture to my coin guy, and he confirmed that it is indeed a clip planchette. They are not extremely rare in the 1980 years. They're a little more common throughout the 1980s, as most of the errors are. So it is worth just a couple bucks, probably anywhere between $3 and $5, maybe a little more, a little less, give or take, but that's definitely a huge profit for the 1 cent investment. So just let me fire up the scope and we can take a look at some of these air coins that we found today. Now this one particularly, I sent a picture to my buddy and he said he thinks it is a struck through air. So whether it is struck through wire, whether it's struck through hair, I'm not sure. I'm not the expert on that, but I could tell when I saw it that it did not look right. You can see when that line is raised up above the field and above the lettering that it is definitely not a scratch, not post-mint damage. At least I could tell that. So this is a pretty cool penny to find. I would have been happy, honestly, just to find these air coins. All this other stuff is just a good, you can see right there, super pronounced. So I don't know what exactly would have gotten struck through, but very, very cool. And we should definitely also throw this 1947 under the scope and just take a look at the 7. Now this is one that's going to be a little trickier for me to detect because I haven't looked at a lot of examples of the blunt or sharp 7 in hand. So I don't really know what to look for, but let's throw it under the scope and we shall see what we can see. So to me, that looks pretty pointy at the bottom tip right there, but if anyone out there is experienced in hunting Canadian pennies and you know which variation this is and you want to let me know in the comments, I would appreciate that very, very much. Other than that, guys, this has been an epic hunt of super epic proportions. It has been quite the undertaking to search all of these rolls and find all of these coins, but man, I am very glad that I can add them all to my collection. They will all be loved and appreciated. If you want to let me know what your favorite find is down in the comments, I would love to know. Mine is probably going to be this clipped planchette because I've been looking for one of these for so long. I've searched millions of coins and have still not found one to this day. It's not in the worst shape either. And then second is obviously going to be that Indian head cent, but I just think this is so unique and rare. You don't see them very often. I think it's funny the way I found it. I almost missed it when I was searching through that roll. So other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. All right, I am bringing you guys in. I'm about 9 rolls down right now. I'm just flipping over all the rolls that I have gone through, and I haven't found anything too crazy yet. I did find one 1968. Made sure to check it with the magnet, and it is a nickel dime. And I did find one 1977 that is looking pretty close to an MS state, and it has a really nice cameo on the obverse, so I'm going to hold on to this one. And I did find two 1969s. Now, I did throw these under the microscope, and it is a little tricky with these 1969s, but as far as I can tell, they are both the small dates. That one right there is a little worn out, so it's a little harder to tell, but nothing too crazy. But what I am bringing you in for right now is we have our first foreign find of this hunt. It is going to be a British 5 pence, which is a very typical coin to find when you are hunting dimes. It has a little bit thicker of a rim, so I could see as soon as I pulled it out of the roll. But I always hold on to these foreign finds. One day maybe I'll sell it to the coin shop, or I'll just save it until maybe one day I go over and take a trip over the pond to the United Kingdom and I'll spend it there. But we got a nice little foreign find. We're on the board. I'm going to hold on to the 68s and the 69s and keep going through, see if we can find ourselves some more goodies. All right, guys, I just opened up the 10th roll and we have a coin here that is looking very promising. So I thought I would pull it out and we would see what we have together here. Let's take a little look-see. Oh, that is looking promising. It's not a young head, but I think this is definitely a silver, guys. What year is that? I think it's 1968. So I'm gonna throw it down right there. And let's check it with the magnet, but I am 99.9% sure that we just got our first silver of this hunt, guys. A boom, we are on the board. The date is so small and so worn out there, I can't see if it's a 68 or a 66, but it is a diadem obverse. But man, only 10 rolls in, we already got our first silver. It's a little scratched up, but we will take it. We still got lots to go here. One of the tricky things about hunting coins in Canada is sometimes the nickel edges can actually throw you off. Like this right here, looks like it could almost be another silver, but I'm almost willing to bet that that one, let's actually pull this out and take a look. What is this? 1975. So see right there, that one looks pretty similar, but that right there is not a silver. But you can be very easily tricked into thinking that one of these silver coins is a nickel coin when you're hunting dimes here in Canada. But man, am I a happy hunter. I've been on a bit of a dry streak when it comes to silver lately. We just broke the streak. Now I'm going to keep going through this roll, keep going through this box, tune you guys back in if I find anything else just like this bad boy right here. Alright, I am 2 rolls down from that last find, and we have something that looks pretty interesting here. At first when I pulled this out, I thought it might be a silver. I already took a little look at it, and then when I pulled it out, I realized that this is not actually a coin at all. This is a token. I have seen these before. I don't know what this is made of, but I believe it's aluminum. But this is a Toronto Transit token, and I'm not too sure the year, but I'm not too sure how much they are worth either. But I do not think that it is worth 10 cents, so it might be a bit of a loss, but that's okay. It's still a pretty interesting little find here. I will hold on to. Pretty cool. You don't see these too often when you are coin roll hunting, but it fits in pretty well with the dimes in there. Pretty similar size, but I'll throw this up on the board. I'll keep going along and tune you guys in if we find anything else. Alright guys, I am just 1 roll down, and it looks like we have another foreign coin. I don't know what is going on here. If someone is playing games with me, someone loaded this box up with all these foreigns on purpose, but let's pull this out. Oh yeah, I know exactly what this bad boy is. This is a Jamaican $1 2014. I'm not too sure how this translates in terms of the exchange rate, but I think it may be a loss, but it is still a pretty cool coin. This one is looking pretty frosty there on the reverse. This must of course be the obverse, but pretty cool coin to find here. It has a thick rim, so that may also be a 20-cent loss. It has almost the width of 2 dimes in there, but I'm still gonna hold on to it like I hold on to all my foreign finds, and I'll keep going through this roll, see if I can't find anything else to get in there. Alright, I'm starting to get pretty close to the halfway mark now, and I just found something pretty interesting here. Now, I don't know how I missed this on the edge check, because it is quite a bit wider than the other dimes, but this right here is actually pretty cool. This is a 1958 Republic of Venezuela 5 centimos. So when I saw this, I was really excited, and I went online and looked it up because I thought maybe this was silver, but after looking it up, it is actually made of copper nickel, so it is not silver, but it is the oldest coin so far in this hunt, and it has a pretty cool design right there. I don't know which is the obverse or the reverse, but I'd say this is probably the reverse right there. But a pretty cool coin to add to the board with our huge pile of other foreign coins we have. I have them all scattered all over the place up there, but this hunt is going quite splendidly. I'll keep going along and see if maybe we have some more foreign coins, or maybe, just maybe, some more silver to top this hunt off. Alrighty guys, we are really getting down to the nitty gritty. I got less than 10 rolls left to go. We haven't found anything too interesting. A few more 68s, a few more 69s, but I did just find something that's looking very interesting. Now this may look like a shiny new dime to you guys, but this is an 86 dime, and if you look at that finish on there, that is so reflective that I'm going to say this has to be either a specimen or a proof to be in this kind of condition. Ugh, I don't want to handle it too much because I'm going to get my dirty fingers all over it, but this is one of the nicest old dimes that I have found between the years of 1970 and 1980. That is in great shape. It looks almost better than some of the new dimes that I found in here, so I'm definitely gonna hold on to this bad boy. Look at that finish right there, and look at that blue nose. That is a very pronounced strike. So I think this is a specimen. If you guys want to let me know what you think, let me know down in the comments below. But I'm gonna throw this up on the board, keep going along, pray for some more silver, and if not, maybe some other goodies. Well, I have completed this box, and unfortunately we did not find any silver, especially in those green tape rolls. We didn't find anything good in there. But this hunt is not over yet. We still have a few more rolls to hunt. These are clear rolls. That's why I saved these for last, because they are very annoying. The only thing that I found that is interesting at all is I found this, which is kind of an interesting toner. It's a little hard to see there, but it's definitely got some interesting tones going on. But I'm guessing this is most likely artificial toning on there caused by fire, flame, or heat. But the reverse on this doesn't have any of that toning going on, so I'm not too sure, but it looks pretty cool. I don't come across dimes with toning like this very often, so I'll definitely hold on to this. But we got a few more rolls to go. These clear rolls are a little tricky. When you check them for inners, a lot of the time you can see US, and a lot of the time it's really hard to spot the silver because these nickel coins will really stand out and they can look a lot like silver. I'm not too sure if you guys can see those, but the nickel coins are definitely a lot brighter than their steel counterparts, and they can throw you off a little bit. But I checked all of the inners on all these rolls, and we have a few promising looking dimes in here. But let's start getting into these, and we'll see if maybe we can top this hunt off with a little more silver. But you know, it hasn't been too bad so far. We got some good stuff. Let's get into these rolls. Alrighty guys, I have concluded this hunt. Before I start wrapping up all of these awesome finds, I'd really appreciate one more time if you guys would hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you have not and you'd like to see more videos just like this. Then let's show you the goodies we managed to score today. So I made sure to keep off all of the 1968s in this hunt, even the ones that are made of nickel. A lot of people aren't aware, but in the year 1968 for the Canadian dimes, we actually contracted the Philadelphia Mint in the United States to make some of the nickel dimes. I don't know if it's because we split the composition between silver and nickel and they had a hard time with that, but I made sure to hold on to all of my nickel 1968s. I counted 9 in total. Now, that being said, I also like to hold on to my 1969 dimes because they are also made of nickel, and they have a very rare variety for 1969 called the large date. Now, when it comes to actually finding this variety, it can be really hard, especially if you're just finding one at a time and looking at under your scope. So my suggestion is actually to stock the 1969 dimes up and then look at them all when you have about a roll's worth, or when you have like 10 or more, I would say, and then that way you can kind of compare the dates on them, and if any of them really stand out, then you can really have something substantial. And if any of them stand out, you can have something substantial to actually base what you think the large date is off of, rather than just throwing a random 1969 under the scope and being like, whoa, I have a large date. I mean, chances are 99.99999% of the time you do not have a 1969 large date. Now, we found some really cool tokens and foreign coins in this hunt. We have this Toronto Transit token. Now, I am not too sure of the year, but it looks pretty old. It looks like it could be from anywhere from the 60s to the 80s, I would say. But hey, it could even be pretty recent. I'm not sure when they instituted electronic payments and regular coins on the transit systems, but pretty cool little token there. We got that Jamaican $1. Found a few of those in my hunts in the past. We got ourselves that really cool 5 centimos. Now, unfortunately, it is not made of silver. That would make it a little cooler, but it is an oldie, 1958. I do believe it's the oldest coin that we found in this hunt. So this is a cool little foreign coin I will add to my foreign book and collection. We found ourselves 2 British 5 pence. I found one more a little bit later in the hunt. Not as nice as the first one, but they are pretty common to find in your dime hunts because the rims on them are pretty thick. So sometimes people will throw them in. That way they can get away with shorting a couple of dimes in the rolls, those scoundrels. We found ourselves a really cool toner in this hunt. I don't find toner dimes too often. Most likely I'm banking on this being artificially toned, but that's still alright. I will take it even though someone may have tampered with it themselves. It has a little bit of a gross reverse on it, but still pretty cool. Now, I found a few what look like uncirculated dimes. Now, this one is going to be in the worst condition. This one is in slightly better condition. And this one is that dime that I said looks like a specimen. Now, most likely I'm going to throw these two back because they aren't looking too nice, but I actually kept them here just to kind of show you guys how much this one stands out. Now, I'm just going to touch it one more time. I'm sorry if you guys are cringing at me touching this bad boy right here, but for the date of being an 80s dime, this thing is extremely lustrous. It has an amazing cameo. I'm guessing that it came out of a proof set. If you guys want to let me know what your theory is down below, I would appreciate that, but it stands out much more than the other 80s and 70s dimes that I found in this hunt, even the ones looking really nice. And honestly, looks a lot nicer than even some of the 2000 stuff that I found. So this is definitely a keeper. I'm going to throw it in a flip right after this hunt. Just look at that blue nose right there. That is just a punchy blue nose. And then, guys, we found ourselves silver in this hunt. Now, we didn't find a lot of silver, and I got a little bit closer of a look at this, and it is a 1968. So it is a 50%er, but I am not going to complain. Silver is silver, and we found all these other goodies as well. This was a pretty fun hunt. You know, dimes can be a little dry when it comes to Canadian, but when you find these foreign coins, when you find a little bit of silver, when you find stuff like this really nice specimen over there, it can really spice up your hunt. So I hope you guys enjoyed this hunt. If you want to let me know what your favorite find was down in the comments, I'd appreciate that. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching, guys. Until the next one, everybody, peace out and have a good one, y'all. Alright, so I am about 3 rolls down. The first 2 rolls were 1968s, just like I thought, and there were a few in good condition, but nothing really worth keeping. But there are a few quarters right here in this roll that are not 1968s, and they're really nice. Like this is a 1969 right here, and this is a bit of a stunner. It's got some tarnishing there, so I might not hold on to this one, but look at this one as well. This is a 1980 quarter, and this one I think I will hold on to because this is like practically MS right there. But this is actually not what I'm tuning you in for, guys, because it looks like we might have ourselves a hunt, because I just found the first 1970 of this hunt. This is a key date right here. I think this is minted around 10 million, so it is definitely one of the good key dates for quarters, and it also means that these rolls have not been completely sifted through. So there may be a few silvers lying in here, there may be a key dates. Maybe today will finally be the day that I will score that 1991 that I've been looking for so long coin roll hunting. But we have a nice 1970. We have a very nice uncirculated 1980 right there, 1988 I think that is, hard to see the date, 1981 maybe, but this might even be a proof or a specimen by the looks of it. It's very nice. We also have an RCMP right here, which I will check for the large bust, and most likely it is not large bust, but I'll still hold on to this as well, throw it up there on the board, keep going along, and I'll tune you guys in if I find anything else. Alright, I'm about 5 rolls in now, and it looks like we definitely have ourselves a hunt here, guys, because we just found ourselves our first decent colored find. This is the 2017 Hope for a Green Future quarter, super low mintage, super rare. So this is a good sign that maybe these rolls have not been searched or not been hunted, or maybe this is some kind of collection dump. Maybe someone was turning their relatives' coins in. Maybe someone just got sick of collecting. Who knows? But a lot of modern coins in some of these rolls, and the other rolls are all 1968s and 1969s. I did find one 1968 that is an absolute stunner. It is actually nickel, and you don't find them in this good shape too often. Usually when you find them like this, they will be silver, but this one is actually in really good shape. Sometimes the nickel MS coins can actually be worth more than the silver ones. I believe a nickel MS 65 quarter is worth somewhere around $40 to $50. So this is actually a pretty good find. You can see this definitely has a cameo on it, at least a regular cameo, maybe a heavy cameo, who knows, but a really good find. We got some nice looking 68s, that nice looking 80 over there. I'm going to keep going, see if maybe we can find some more goodies in here. Okay guys, I am 1 roll down and I'm starting to get really excited here. I just found a Newfoundland, and I actually found one more 1970, and that's not actually why I'm so excited here, guys. I want you to take a look at this 1972. Look at this thing right here. This has got to be a specimen from that strike right there. And oh my lordy, look at the back of this thing. It has some crazy cool toning going on the back. I'm definitely going to say this came out of one of those leather-bound specimen sets. It looks like it probably toned on the obverse there by sitting in the case for a while. I have a few specimen sets like that, and usually that's how they get that toning on the obverse, is from sitting bust face down in the case. But that is such a pronounced strike on the caribou there. I'm going to have to say this is definitely a specimen strike or a proof strike of some sort. If you guys have any opinions or theories, let me know. But I'm going to say in my heart of hearts, from the mirror-like finish and the frostiness on there, man, that is incredible. What a beautiful quarter. This has got to be some sort of collection dump from all of the good stuff we found. I keep checking all of the 68s and everything with magnets just to make sure, but they all seem to be nickel from what I found so far. But man, finding stuff like this, I will not complain. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to throw it up on the board, keep going along, tune you guys back in if I find anything else good. But man, what a stunner. All right. I'm about 10 rolls in now, and I'm finding a lot more of the same 1968 to, let's say, 1985. Some of them are in really good shape. I found a few more provincials there. I've been finding a lot of 1973 RCMPs. But guys, I wanted to show you this right here. Look at this quarter. Oh my Lord. I do not want to touch it too much, but it's not as nice on that side, unfortunately. But this looks like a 1982. I'd say this is another specimen or another proof strike. The rim on this seems a little thicker too, honestly. This is a weird kind of quarter, but man, I have never seen a quarter coin roll hunting so shiny as that. That obverse is flawless. This had to have come out of a set or a roll recently. Man, this is one of the nicest quarters I have ever found. That is absolutely beautiful. I do think they had frosted proof sets at this point, so this may actually be a either a specimen or just a regular proof 25 cent. But man, this is absolutely amazing. This hunt is going really well. I'm really excited for what's ahead right now. I'm going to keep going and tune you guys back in if I find anything else. But man, this thing is beautiful. Just a few coins down in that same roll, and guys, this has got to be some kind of crazy collection dump. Look at this 1981 right here. Oh my Lord. This is as flawless as it comes. I do not want to touch it with my finger and get my fingerprints all over it, but man, this is a absolutely flawless coin right here. This is so beautiful. I have not found anything like this coin roll hunting before. Man, I'm almost speechless. Look at the cameo on that. This has to be specimen. This has to be proof. I'm not too sure. If you guys have any theories, let me know down in the comments. But man, this hunt is crazy so far, guys, and I still have lots of rolls to go. I am super excited. Oh my God. There might even be one more like this in this roll, but this is a crazy kind of collection dump I'm finding. I'm going to keep going. Tune you guys back in. Alrighty guys, I'm getting towards the halfway mark now, and man, am I getting sick of looking at 1968 quarters until now, guys, because I just found this 1968 right here, and it was actually the ender on the roll. And as soon as I saw this one, I could tell from the tone on it, and when I hit it with the magnet, that we had our first silver of this hunt. Oh yeah, we have silver. We found silver in our last hunt, a George VI silver quarter, so the silver streak is still on. And actually, guys, I wanted to show you, because in that last roll, I actually found two more of these. We have a 1980, a 1981, and I think a 1982. So I don't know if these are all out of uncirculated rolls or if they are out of specimen sets, but they're some of the nicest 1980 quarters I've ever seen. I'm going to say they're either proof or specimen, but man, are these things beautiful. Here's the other one right here. Oh, I just touched it with my finger. Whoopsies. Hopefully that didn't get too much mark on it right there, but I'm probably going to put these in flips to show you at the end of this video. But man, this hunt is awesome so far. We have silver. We found proofs. We found what I think is a specimen, that 1972 right there. Look at that cameo on that bad boy. Man, what a hunt, guys. And we got ourselves a silver 50%er. Not bad. Let's keep this hunt going and see if we can find some more cherries to add on top to this beauty hunt we are having so far. I am getting towards the end of this hunt. I only have one more roll of what I would call those collection dump rolls. Now, the dates in these rolls are mostly 1968. I would say this box is at least 50% to 75% 1968. And then most of the other coins in these rolls are 1970s, 80s, a few 90s. Some of them are in really good shape. I'll show you at the end of this hunt some of the 68s and some of the other keepers. I did find a few more of those specimen coins from the 80s. I'll show you those at the end of the hunt, the lineup of all of the different years that I got. But I'm excited to get into that last roll, but that's actually not what I'm tuning you guys in for. I'm tuning you guys in because we have ourselves another great colored find here, guys. We have ourselves the 2009 men's hockey. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fire up my scope here. I'm going to grab this bad boy, and we're going to check for the Raise 2 variation. If this is the Raise 2, then it is worth a little bit more. So let's throw it under the scope. All right, unfortunately, that is going to be the NQs 2, but that is all right. This is still a key date, minted at 3 million. This hunt is going super splendidly. I got all sorts of amazing goodies to show you guys at the end. I'm going to keep going through these rolls. I got a few clear rolls that I saved for the very end because I hate those clear rolls so much, but I'm going to finish this roll off, finish this hunt off, and tune you guys back in. Only 3 rolls left to go. I just opened up this clear roll right here, and it looks like we have an interesting inner right there. That's either silver or it's a fire or foreign coin. Let's pull it out and take a little look-see here. Ooh, this is a foreign coin here. What is this? New pence 5. What is the date on this? Please be old. Up. It's a diadem. 1970, and from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be nickel. This doesn't really look like silver to me. It looks a little too wishy-washy to be silver, but still a nice old foreign coin. I'm not sure if this is from England or Britain or whereabouts this would have been from, but I think this is when they had their decimal change in coinages right around 1970. So haven't seen one of these before. Pretty cool little coin. Throw it up on the board. Finish this hunt off. Alrighty, I've concluded this hunt. Before I start wrapping up all of these awesome finds, I would really appreciate if you guys would hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you have not and you would like to see more awesome coin roll hunting videos just like this. And then what do you say I show you some of the goodies we managed to accumulate today? So to start things off, we're going to have our foreign find of this hunt, which is that 1970 new pence. The denomination is 5. I don't know if that's 5 pence or 5 pennies or 5 farthings or exactly what denomination that is, but if it was a little older, we might have found some silver, but I won't complain. Now, I mentioned that a large percentage of this box was 1968. I would say 50 to 75%, so definitely a collection dump of some sort. Now, I had a lot of 1968s to choose from for some nice keepers, and these ones are pretty much uncirculated, and they definitely have at least a basic cameo designation on them, I would say, and man, are these 68s beautiful. These are nickel 1968s. They are not silver. Made sure to hit them with the magnet. And apparently these nickel 1968s in high grade condition can be worth a little bit more than the silver ones actually, even though they don't have any silver value. I mean, I would have loved to have found a full roll of silver 1968s, but not that lucky today, unfortunately. We found a few more nice looking uncirculated coins. We got a 1974 and we got a 2001 P. Now the 2001 P quarters are not as rare as the 2001 no P, but this one is in such good shape that I figured, hey, why not hold on to it? As far as uncirculated Canadian quarters go, it seems like it's a lot more common to find 1972 to 1978 quarters that will be in really good condition like this one right here. You can see the Queen's bust is in really good shape on that one right there. As far as the colored finds go in this hunt, usually these would be the finds of the hunt, but we found ourselves a 2017 150 years, and we found ourselves a 2009 men's hockey. Made sure to check this bad boy under the scope for the Raise 2, and it came up a nothing nada, unfortunately, but still 2 really great finds right there. And guys, look at all of the 1970s that we scored today. I am counting 6 in total, so this just validates the fact that this has got to be a collection dump of some sort. Now, I was doubtful in the very beginning of this hunt that there might be anything good in here, but man, did we ever find lots of good stuff. So we got 6 1970s. That is incredible. They're all a little beat up, but I will still take them. They are one of the main key dates for modern Canadian quarters, post 1970. And guys, we managed to get ourselves a silver in this hunt as well. Now, I don't know if this one was left out from the rest of this collection dump, or if this is just a standalone silver quarter that was in one of those other loose rolls, because I did find this in a newer roll. It was not one of the 1968 collection dump rolls, so not too sure. I think this is definitely a 68 from what I can see there, but nice little 50% quarter. I will take a little bit of silver in this hunt and keep the streak going, and usually I'd be happy with this. Usually this would be the find of the hunt, but guys, look at this epic run of specimen quarters that we scored today. Now these are almost guaranteed. I can guarantee you they are almost all specimen quarters. I'm going to flip them over and show you some of the busts of these. They're so reflective and so shiny that it's probably a little bit hard to see, but man, these things are beautiful. Take a look at that right there. Take a look at that finish. I'm going to show you this uncirculated finish right beside it. Now you can see there is a clear difference between the two. This one is a lot more pronounced. It is a lot more mirror-like. So I'm going to say that these are all definitely specimens from these years. I don't know why someone would have tossed all of these consecutive years of specimen strikes into rolls like this, but I will take them. I will appreciate them. I will love them. It is a nice little treat for me to find, especially when I wasn't holding out too much hope for this hunt. Now it looks like we got 1972. Now this is the first proof that I found, and this one looks a little bit different. It looks a little bit more frosted. I don't know if that's maybe just a super heavy cameo business strike. If you guys have any theories or opinions, let me know down in the comments. But we got a 72, 75, a 76, 77, a 79. I think the 79 is probably in the best shape of all of them, to be honest. We got a 80, an 81. Now 81, I believe, is a key date as far as quarters. Some of these 80s can actually be pretty low mintage, so 81 is definitely a good one. If most of these score in the high SP range, then they can be worth anywhere from $5 to $10 each. So two 81s right there. This one looks in a little bit better condition. We got 182 and we got 184. Man, was this an epic hunt for the ages. I did not expect this, guys. These coins are absolutely epic. You can see right there, once again, the difference between the strike on both of these coins, leading me to believe that these are something pretty darn special. Man, this was an epic hunt. I did not expect to score this plethora of goodies that we got today, especially a collection dump like this. I thought it was mainly going to be all 1968s, and I was going to be one sad coin roll hunter, but we are going home happy today. If you guys want to let me know what your favorite find was down in the comments, I would appreciate it so much. Alright, so I am a few rolls down. I think I'm about 3 rolls deep in this hunt so far. I'm making sure to separate all the copper pennies, just throwing them into this dime box I have over here on the side. And I'm also separating all the US too. I'm just going to give them back to the gentleman who donated this box to me and do some of the grunt work for him. But so far we haven't found anything too amazing until now. I was starting to get a little bit worried because I haven't seen anything older yet in this hunt, but we just found a 1953 that is a young head, actually the first year for the young head, but it is a good sign that hopefully this box has not been hunted. Usually a coin roll hunter will take most of the copper out, and they will probably take older dates like this out as well. So a good find to start this hunt off with a boom. I'm going to keep going, and hopefully we can find some Georgies up ahead. Just 2 more rolls down from that last find, and we just found something pretty interesting here, guys. It looks like we got our first wheat penny of this hunt. That is definitely a good sign that hopefully this box has not been searched through. 1948. I do not see a mint mark on there, so that might mean that it is Philadelphia by default, but a nice old wheat cent. Pretty awesome that you can find these bad boys here in Canadian boxes like they are nothing. I guess it's pretty similar to how the Americans find our Canadian pennies, but very cool. 48 is actually a key date here in Canada. Not too sure about the mintage figures of these Americans, but if any of you guys have any idea if any wheat pennies I find are key dates or anything good, please let me know down in the comments, but pretty sweet. I'm going to throw this up on the board. Keep going along. Well, I would say I'm about 12 rolls deep in this hunt. I'm still making sure to separate all the clad coins from all the copper coins over here. I'm also separating all the American. I have quite the pile. And we have found some other pretty good stuff over here. I got some uncirculated finds here, 1970. I think this is a 2001 US. That's in really good shape. We got a toner there. And over there, we're stacking up some copper 60 to 64s. And we have some very nice Canadian 2000 to 2006 uncirculated there. I'm making sure to check for all the different varieties. For 2005, you're looking for the 2005P. And there are some other varieties as well. For 2007, I believe you are looking for the non-magnetic variety. But I'm tuning you guys in because we just found another goodie here. It's unfortunately not a Georgie yet, but we just got ourselves another 1953 young head, which ain't too shabby. This is the second one of this hunt, and it's not actually the oldest coin. The 1948 wheat penny is the oldest coin we found so far, but still not too bad to find these 53 young heads. This is the first year. It'd be nice if I could find one in a little bit better shape, maybe not so worn and no luster on these right here, but still I'll add it with the other one that I found. I'll keep going. We got lots of rolls to go. Soon I'll start breaking into those weird white rolls. Well, I have started off these weird white paper rolls, and to be honest, I wasn't holding out too much hope for them, but it looks like there is a lot of copper pennies in these. In fact, I have not seen a single penny that is not a copper penny, so that is a good sign. I did actually find 2 bird scents so far, so that's more than we found in my last hunt, because I think I only found 1 bird scent last time. Throw that back in there, but I am tuning you guys in because we just found our first Georgie, guys. And it looks like it might be a nice old World War II Georgie, 1943 George VI. So this is the first one so far of this hunt. Very nice that this is popping up so early in these new, whatever kind of paper these are or whatever kind of rolls these are. I'm not sure, but it's definitely a good sign that we found one only 2 rolls in. Hopefully that means maybe there's a few more lying within. I'm really hoping soon I can find a George V while I'm hunting pennies, because there is nothing like it when you are hunting here in Canada to find that George V. But a nice World War II 43 to add up on the board. I shall throw it up there. Keep going along. Tune you guys back in if I find anything else. We got another wheat scent, guys. I thought I would flip this one over together. We could take a look, see what we got. Oh yeah, that coin alignment throws me off. Looks like a 1934D. Oh my lord, this is an old wheat penny right here, guys. Wow, this would be a George V if it actually was Canadian. That is incredible. This is by far the oldest coin we have found so far. This is an incredible find. It may even be a key date. I'm not too sure. I might look it up and fill you guys in at the end of the hunt. But a 1934 American penny. What are the odds of that, guys? Incredible. I'm going to keep going along, tune you guys back in if and when I find anything else. But oh boy, this hunt is going great so far. Well, I am 27 rolls down in this hunt, and we just found something else, guys. We got ourselves our third wheat penny. I thought I would flip this over and we could take a look together, see what the date is there. 1947, and I don't see a mint mark, so I'm guessing that means it's from Philadelphia. But that's our third wheat penny so far of this hunt. We are really hitting the old Americans hard. This is great. It'd be nice if I could find an Indian scent. That is definitely a bucket lister for me. It is one of the Indian head pennies. But I'll take these old wheat pennies all day long. A 1947, that's a good year to find when it comes to Canadian coins. It has a few varieties, but not too sure about the Americans. One of these days, I will get myself a good book and brush up on my knowledge. But for now, I'm just checking the internet after this hunt and seeing if any of these are good. If not, I'll just throw it into some of my loose rolls with the other wheat pennies I've accumulated in the past. But I'll throw this bad boy up on the board with some of my other finds up there. And I shall keep going along. Well, really starting to get down to the nitty gritty. I think I got about a third of this box left to go. Interesting enough, the last of these paper rolls that I just tore into is the first of them that had any pennies after the year 2000. It has a few 2012s in here that are in really good shape. So this might indicate that this is around the time that this guy actually put this box into storage. He might have just turned it in recently when he was trying to make a little bit of money. He might have been a copper stacker. You never really know, but there's a 2012 Canadian. few 2012 Americans right there. But guys, we got ourselves another wheat cent. I think that is going to be our fourth wheat penny. We got 3 up there. So I thought we could take a look. I could flip it over and we could see what date this bad boy is together. Looks to be a 1940 to me. I don't see a mint mark on there. So that tells me that it's probably from Philadelphia. I'm not sure the way that it works, if it's Denver or Philadelphia that is the default for these pennies. I know there is S mints as well, as early back as the 20s, I believe. But another wheat penny, our fourth one of the hunt. I'm going to add this bad boy up to the board. Keep her going. Just a little bit farther down that same roll, it looks like we have our first foreign find of this hunt, if you don't count those U.S. as foreign finds. But this right here is a Barbados. It looks like it's from the year 1979. That is a really cool design. I don't think I've ever found one of these. Wow, look at that right there. Looks like a trident. I'm not sure which is the obverse or the reverse on this. I'm guessing this is the reverse right here, but that is awesome. Our first foreign coin of this hunt. I'll throw this bad boy up on the board, and we shall keep going. Oh wow, it looks like we have a bird scent up ahead right there too. I think that's our fourth or fifth bird scent of this hunt as well. Man, this is a crazy hunt we got on our hands here, guys. We just found a 1959 young head right there, and then look what we have right up ahead. We have ourselves another wheat penny. This one looks pretty beat up, unfortunately, but let's flip her over, take a look, and see. Another 1947. This one has a mint mark, though. It looks like an S mint. So a 1947 San Francisco. This is our fifth wheat penny so far of this hunt. I believe this might be a record, as far as I know, for my coin roll hunting pennies. But man, what a hunt so far. Let's keep this going and hope maybe there's a few more Georgies lying up ahead. Just a little bit farther down in that same row, we have another wheatie here, guys. Let's take a little look, see what we got. See what we got. What is that? It looks like a 1937. Oh my God, we got two 1930s wheat pennies in this hunt so far. Oh my Lord, guys, this wouldn't quite be a George V. It would be a George VI if it was a Canadian. But this is an incredibly old American penny. What is it doing all the way here in these Canadian penny rolls? Who knows? But I shall take it, add it to my collection. Man, this hunt is going awesome. I would love to thank Doubled ID so much for giving me this box. This is exactly what you want when you are hunting pennies. Regardless if you're in Canada or the US, this is pretty much a dream hunt. So I'm going to keep going and see if we can get some more good stuff. Well, I think we are 1 or 2 rolls down. And look what we got, guys. Speak of the devil, and it shall appear. We got ourselves our second George VI penny of this hunt. I thought that I would flip it over. We could see what the date is together. Maybe it'll be something special. 1950. Nothing too special about that. But it is a George VI. It is a nice oldie, around 72 years old now. So I will take this, throw it up with that other George VI we found. Very nice. This definitely is a hunt for the ages. I am having a lot of fun right now. You know, it is a good problem if you're getting annoyed that you're having so many finds when you are filming a coin roll hunting video. So I found all sorts of good stuff. This is going to be quite the wrap up once I get to it. But I shall keep going. I'm not tuning you guys in for anything like young heads past the year 1955 at this point, because this hunt is going so great. I'm only going to tune you in for amazing stuff, and then I will show you all of the massive finds and hordes of stuff that I accumulate at the end of this hunt. But let's keep this going, see if we can find some more good stuff. That's not a wheat penny right there, is it? No. And that's not a George there, is it? No. Just a nice 1975 toner. So I'm going to keep going, tune you guys back in. Woo. Well, we got 10 rolls left to go. Most of these pennies inside of these paper rolls are still copper. It was just that one roll that had a few 2012s loose in it. I actually just opened the end of this roll right here, and it looks like we have ourselves a wheat penny ender, which got me really excited. So first, let's pull this out if we can. And then I'm going to check the coin underneath it and just make sure this isn't a little... Okay, it doesn't look like it's a collection dump roll. But we do have ourselves a 1949 wheat penny. Oh my lordy, the coin gods have shined kindly upon us today. Apparently the American coin gods, because we have almost even gotten a date run, I think. I think we got a 47, a 49. Man, all sorts of wheat pennies today. I'm going to keep going through this roll. Let's see if that's another U.S. Nope, that's a Canadian under there. So definitely not a little collection dump roll. But there might be a few more Wheaties in here. You never know. Maybe a few young heads or something. Only one way to find out, though. Just opened up the next roll, and it looks like we got our third George VI of this hunt, a 1946. Awesome. I'll add it with the other two that we found earlier. It's raining wheat pennies. Hallelujah. We got another one here, guys. Let's take a look, see what the date is on this one. 1942, plain date. Alrighty, guys, I have concluded this hunt. Before I start breaking down all of these awesome finds, I would really appreciate if you guys would hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you have not and you'd like to see more videos just like this. And then let's show you the goods. So we definitely scored lots of copper in this hunt. I would say it was probably about 75-80% copper pennies, and these are all of the 1960 to 65. You can see that 64 is a very common year for Canadian pennies. Now these are all copper, that's why I like to hold onto them, but honestly I'm probably just going to toss them back into the box and give them back to the gentleman who donated this box to me, because I'm really just looking to hold on to the older rare stuff like errors, varieties, George VI, and wheat pennies and stuff like that. But I did check all of these for doubling and I didn't see anything. I still have to check the 65s because they do have a variety of blunt and pointed 5. So I'm going to make sure to check those. Other than that, most of these I'm probably just going to put back into the rolls or into the box. We found quite the run of uncirculated pennies today. Usually I won't hold on to uncirculated pennies, but some of these are in such good shape that I'm going to break my rule and hold on to a couple of these bad boys. But this is the date run that we got. You can see those 90s are looking really nice. Nice luster on that 94. We found two that are in good shape like that. There is a 1970 that's very nice, but I also want to show you guys this right here, because I have found a penny like this in the past, and I don't know if it's from somebody dipping it or from wear, corrosion, or maybe being out in the elements, what causes this strange gold toning. But I thought the color on this was pretty cool. It's definitely not gold plated as far as I know or anything like that, but I think I have found one penny like this in the past, and it's definitely interesting. Looks like it's almost brass or something like that. I'm definitely not an expert when it comes to planchette flaws and maybe being a foreign planchette, but very cool. I'm going to hold on to it based just off of the color. We also have some nice older uncirculateds up there. We have an 81, a 79, a 70 that's looking real nice. And then we have a few nice Americans too. Now I don't want to touch this one too much, but this is going to be the nicest uncirculated American that we found. And it is an 89 memorial cent. Look at the reverse on that right there. That is definitely low quality MS. This is the last I'm going to touch right here, but that is an 89. So that is a pretty good one right there, honestly. And then, man, did we, oh, sorry, I also forgot this right here, which is our foreign find of this hunt. It is that Barbados 1979. Pretty cool design on there. It's got that trident on it, indicative of the sea, Poseidon's trident probably, 1 cent. Very cool. And then look at this date run of Georgies we got, guys. We got 1959, 1957 young head. That's actually not in horrible condition, has a little bit of luster left around the maple leaf. We got a 1953. Two 1953s actually. And then we got the Georgies, guys. We got a 1950, we got a 1946, and we got a 1943. Those are actually dates that I do not find too often in hunts, 46 and 43. So I may eventually be able to throw those into an album if I start another one up. Hopefully for some of my future hunts, I will be able to pick up some more albums and do some filler hunts. But guys, we just scored the most epic run of wheat pennies that I have ever got coin roll hunting. Look at this right here. We got 49. We got 247s. One of them is an S Mint. Man, this is epic, guys. Now, as far as key dates, I'm definitely not an expert, but I think usually the earlier back they go, the better they are. This one right here is a nice 34D, I believe. So if you guys want to let me know what your favorite find is down in the comments, I would appreciate that.